4 a.m. club. Ay, ay, ay. I'm back in bed with another filter because I haven't slept. Let me have my dignity. Yeah, that's right. I was up until 4 a.m. again last night and I made a video. Something crazy happened last night, and I was not the only one to be awake at 4 a.m. So we need to talk about it. So I stand by all my previous videos that there is definitely a huge energetic and spiritual component to what is going on. But we do need to talk about the physical component and what kind of self-care we should be taking for those of us who are waking up. We're still having Lord, my kids are home from school. Why do they have so many days? I don't know. So it's noisy. We're rolling with it. Okay, so yeah, we got to talk about self-care. And I mean like aggressive self-care, you guys, okay? So here's the thing. When we don't get enough sleep, especially chronically, largely due to stress, we all under stress. We're under a lot of stress right now. We're freaked out. I get it. What happens in the body is our cortisol and adrenaline build up. And over time, that makes it even harder to get to sleep and relax. So we're feeling all the feels, okay? Now, I went through this a lot when I had new babies. So I have a singleton and I have twins. And yeah, not a lot of sleep is to be had. And so I was learning about cortisol and sleep schedules for them when they won't nap, when they get that, tired or wired and they're bouncing off the walls and they're exhausted, but they will not sleep. And I was having the same thing. Chronically, didn't get enough sleep, but I was so wired and edgy that when I would lay down, my mind was racing, my heart was racing, and it was almost like this manic state. So that's what we're not going to do, okay? Because I know a thing or two about mania as well. I struggled with mental health issues a lot when I was younger. Spoiler alert, that's how I found out I was not mentally ill, I was psychic. That's a story for another day. But I did have these periods of being awake throughout the night for spiritual reasons. But because it was chronic over time, the body could not adjust and I became very imbalanced. And a lot of that imbalance is not only hormonal, it shows up in the nervous system. Okay. We become chronically dysregulated, very edgy, very overstimulated, and that contributes again to this tired but wired. So I am still 1,000% standing by what I said about us receiving the wake up call because millions of women around the world can't be wrong. I have read as many of your comments as I possibly can. There are like, I don't know how many thousands of them right now. And we're all having the same collective experience, and it ain't just stress, it is of a spiritual nature. But if these things continue and we are having the spiritual awakenings, we need to counterbalance it with physical care so our body stays in balance. Now, some of you out there who know more about cortisol and sleep cycles than me, please tag me in a video or create a video. I will duet it, I will boost it, I will share it so we can have all the tips. But here's what I've done in the past when I needed to manage this. First and foremost, stay off the coffee. Stay off the coffee, stay off the stimulants, off the energy drinks. We need to crash. And I'm sorry if y'all are working and you can't do it at your desk. Take a power nap at lunch. Take a mental health day. Oh, Lord, we need a mental health day. So be aggressive about counterbalancing, not with stimulants, but with allowing the cortisol and the adrenaline and those levels to lower. Don't be firing them up again. Secondly, is you need to go to bed much earlier than you think you do. We're talking like 8 o'clock if you need to, okay? Now, you will probably lay here and your mind will race and you will not sleep. I get it. But at these times, we remember that even lying in the dark with our eyes closed in a relaxed state is still restful and beneficial. And if we keep this up, after a couple days, our nervous system will reset. The next thing too is to really overdose on your love and your relaxation and your cozy times. Remember in the pandemic when we all lost our damn minds and we had to find peace within our bubble? That's what we need to do, okay? We need to find some relaxing space, watch your comfort shows, make a nice warm tea, get cozy by the fire, really overdose on the self-care, on the slow, relaxed state that you can put yourself in. And finally, we are not doom scrolling. That's first and foremost. I think you know that if you've been following me. We're not doom scrolling because we are tapped into the higher timeline and we know what's coming is not how it looks right now. So we're not going to be obsessively refreshing and scrolling. In fact, my guidance is still to stay completely off of mainstream media. I only come here on TikTok the past couple days to engage with you in my comments and to make videos. I am having you, and this still stands, tag me in the good stuff. I don't want doom scrolling, but I want to see evidence of what we're talking about, of investigations, of things being brought to the light. But other than that, we ain't doom scrolling. We're not going to feed into the dysregulation, into the fear. We ain't doing that. I will say hope scrolling is totally fine. I think that's how so many of you found me, but we're not going to overdo it. Okay. I will tell you, I was literally on my phone for like, like 18 hours yesterday, but we're having a moment. I was really into it. Today, I'm going to step back and not be online so much because I need my nervous system to help reset. Now, once again, none of this means that we are not having a spiritual experience. None of this means that we're not part of a great awakening. I stand by it. We absolutely are. And the reason I know that is not just because of my work as a psychic medium, my psychic ability. It's from what I'm seeing from thousands of you who we weren't in contact before we started sharing our stories here. We weren't in contact, and yet we were having the same collective experience of knowing something's off, of knowing there's something else out there, of having the dreams, having the visions, of holding the light. And in addition, I'm still having these really powerful energy surges in my physical body. So even when I start to doubt myself psychically, the somatic experiences don't lie. I can't talk my way into an energy surge. Something is happening. And I will be making more videos later today to talk about timelines, talk about timeline shifting, how we know we're jumping, times in the past where I veered off on a really scary timeline and pulled myself off. So I will continue to give you spiritual guidance, but right now we got to talk about the physical. Take care of yourselves, relax. We will reset our nervous system, and we'll do it together.